Are we live?
We live.
And we're live.
Cool, man. Well, welcome to the shop.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, glad you guys could come. So you guys are part of the River Lions, just like everyone else that's been in for the shop talks and stuff. Yeah, so where do you guys play before? Before you guys came to the River Lions? Before this season, I guess.
So this last season I was in Mexico, and then the 6th year before that I was in Europe. So
And then for me, I spent half the season in Ecuador, and then I finished the rest of the year in London
Okay,
in the NBL.
nice. So you're another London player like Ryan. Ryan,
Yeah.
you play with Ryan out there?
Ryan had left before I got there, so Ryan
okay.
played with Windsor this year.
Nice. And then like, what about university and stuff?
I did 3 years at Cal State Bakersfield, and then I transferred and went to North Carolina State.
Okay. How was that experience?
Oh man, it was amazing. Playing in one of the toughest conferences in USA. ACC, played against Austin Rivers, Seth Curry, Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, that's a tough class.
Yeah, so it was amazing, and we ended up going to the tournament that year. Lost in the Sweet 16, so it was pretty dope.
big time.
And
Sweet
yeah,
16.
and then where did you play?
I played at University of Portland for 4 years.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So that's like Gonzaga and St. Mary's and BYU and those teams.
That's at the WCC.
Yeah, West Coast Conference. It was a good conference. I really liked playing there. And Portland's pretty cool city to live in. So, like, I was just there last weekend for a wedding. It's always nice to go back. Love that place.
Did you go back to school too?
Yeah, just dropped by campus for like 10 minutes.
Reminiscing?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's changing a lot. They make so much money that they're investing into building the campus up.
Yeah.
So there's new buildings every time I go.
What about the gym? It's still the same?
Still the same, but they already upgraded it so much. There's nothing left to do. They put like a big jumbotron, new locker room, new weight room, new training room. Yeah. It's like they did a lot.
It's like the future players get to enjoy all the fruits of the labor.
Well, we got to enjoy just like the remodeling of the actual court itself. And then the year after I left, they put in a new like NBA style locker room.
Oh man.
Oh man.
iPads on the wall.
Heated. Yeah, touch screens on the wall. 70-inch touch screens. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. What is this? And then
Yeah,
like
of course
even
all that comes in after you guys, eh?
It's always like that.
yeah. Because we were kind of the first generation of that school to have the kind of success that we did. I think we won like 65 games in 3 years. And then money started pouring in.
Man.
It's like, all right, thanks guys. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah.
Next class coming in. Look at what we got.
Yeah. But they take care of you when you come back, right? Like when you went back, the gym's open to you to train. and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Throw some gear at you.
Yeah. Need that. Although my coaches that were there aren't there anymore, so it's kind of different.
Yeah.
If you don't know the people to like
Who the heck are
go
you?
ask for gear. It's like, hey, let me get a sweatshirt. Huh? You played here?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 7 years ago.
Your time has come, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, we got no gear for you.
Where do you guys like grow up? Are you guys Canadian or American?
Yeah.
Or?
Canadian.
Canadian, okay.
Born
Toronto.
and raised Toronto.
Nice.
I was born.
Both you guys Toronto?
Well, I was born in former Yugoslavia. My family's Serbian, and then we moved to Canada when I was 8. But I lived in Toronto from then on, so
Nice.
I feel like Toronto's my hometown.
Did you guys play against each other growing up at all? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. I think when we met, it was like a Team Canada training type thing. They used to have camps like once every couple months, and then yeah, we'd like see each other here and there and stuff. But I don't think we ever actually played against each other in high school.
No.
And then we actually played each other in college.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was crazy. Out of all the schools in the States.
Yeah, you guys ended up matching up against each other.
Yeah, we went out to Bakersfield. And don't know how you went to school there.
Man,
So
that's,
Middle of nowhere.
yeah, who ended up winning that one?
you know, we beat up on them
Yeah.
a couple years.
That was actually probably Alex's best game of his college career up until he went to,
No way.
I think he had 34 or something.
Hey, the fans there were heckling the crap out of me too.
No, we played,
No, this is when we played at Portland. They had some fans come with some like some printed out sheets. They're like, "Hey Alex, you accepted my friend request on Facebook. Thanks." I was like, it's so weird.
man, it was crazy. Like Gonzaga, their fans show up like an hour before the game, and they know everything about you. Because that's what they do. They get a bunch of people to send you friend requests. They look at your Facebook.
Oh, for real?
One of my teammates, they were like, "Hey, Jared, I heard you like Mike's Hard Lemonade." And then fill in the blank of what else they added to the end of that. So a bunch of insults. They find out all types of stuff about you.
They do their homework, eh?
Yeah.
How do you guys like playing out here in Niagara? And what do you guys think about the league? It's first year in this new league. How are you guys liking it?
First year has been really, really good. It's been running smooth. Just comparing it to other leagues you played in. I think they're on top of things. Just like putting up the Instagram posts. The film has been HD quality. I think we're spoiled a little bit.
Yeah, it's been good. I like it. I mean, for me, like the big thing is being able to play in front of my family and stuff. So that's been a great experience. Like 14 games in Ontario.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of games for people that don't really have an opportunity to watch me play a lot. A few friends here and there and stuff. So that's been pretty fun, yeah.
And Niagara's been pretty cool. Just like we've had some good crowds. We've seen you guys sitting courtside swagging.
Yeah, we try to show. I missed one game this year. I tried to be the super fan, I tried to show up to every game. But one of the Saturdays I had a wedding to go to. But it's good, man. Sitting courtside, I hear all you guys, talking the refs. I hear the other team, how they got on each other a little bit once they go down against you guys.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
You've been on your Drake?
Yeah, I got the Drake seats up in there. We call them the Hourglass seats, though. We prefer to be on your side of the court, so we could get to sit behind Victor. I could give Victor a little shoulder rub or something like that. But no, maybe next year. But it's good, and I mean, it's a good night out. We bring a lot of people out. We try to spread the word and get them out to the games because it's kind of new to this area, right? Like having a pro basketball team. Even in the past, like a lot of people, it was during the same time as the Ice Dog season.
Yeah.
So being around here, like hockey's big, right? So a lot of times when they go to Ice Dogs games, they kind of look past the Riverlines. But now that you guys play in the summer, there's nothing else really going on down here.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
it's easier to get a lot more people out.
Sure.
And you guys know a lot of guys on other teams too, right? You guys probably played against or with them.
Yeah, most of the guys that we played against, we've either seen them in different leagues or played against them or played with them. So it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. And what are you guys up to like after the season? Do you have any plans for after? Or?
Not sure yet.
Not sure yet.
Not sure, but I know one thing for sure. I'm gonna take a little break.
Yeah. Need a little, at least a week.
Yeah, a little
without
decompress.
touching a ball.
I see you guys got that podcast going too.
Yeah.
We'll plug
25
that in
jerseys and counting.
Yeah, 25 jerseys and counting. So that's good. And you guys have some pretty nice guests on there too, all based on basketball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. We're just always talking basketball, and we just felt like it'd be fun to put it on record, put it out there, try to see different things that we could do with it. Like you mentioned, the guests that we had on there. Last episode, we gave people kind of a behind-the-scenes look and some of the parts about the game that people don't talk about a lot. So, I mean, we're just starting out, trying to figure it all out as we go. But it's been cool. It's been fun to.
Nice little debate.
Yeah.
Nem's a strong, opinionated guy. You know.
Yeah, I am.
I think it really took off when we had the big discussion in our room. It was off the record, but we were talking about KD and are his rings. Do they have an asterisk on them? You know?
Yeah, we
And what
did.
was the answer?
I said there's no asterisk on a championship.
Yeah, I said, I mean, because Steph Curry already won one without KD, it's always going to be his team. So when you come to that team, like, there's a bit of a, like, I'm not taking away anything from him. He's a champion, and nobody can take that from him, and especially like the way he played in those playoff runs and the finals and all that. But there's a little bit of an asterisk to me. It's like, until he, just like there was for LeBron when he was in Miami. For a lot of people, it was like, oh, you teamed up with Wade and Bosh. And then when he went back to Cleveland and won one on his own, people were like, all right.
So that took the asterisks away.
Yeah.
Because
So
I was
it's
going to
like,
bring that up.
if
It's similar
KD
to
wins one in
LeBron.
Brooklyn, then it's like, hey, that you won one with you having your own team.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thing. But
Unless Kyrie somehow wins one this year and then Durant comes in next year.
oh yeah, well that's
Then there's another asterisk.
that's not happening. First
Yeah.
of all, Kyrie's
Yeah.
not winning one by himself.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, that's what I was going to bring up too. Because LeBron, a similar situation, right? Like,
Yeah.
he went to Miami, D-Wade had a ring.
But like when you guys really think about it, can you really put an asterisk on that when LeBron won in Miami? Because when LeBron that year they won, D Wade kind of took a backseat. He's like, all right, LeBron, like we're not gonna win unless
yeah. But he was still there, averaging 23 points a game, making clutch shots, sucking in the defense. Chris Bosh was still there, being an all-star. It's, you know, I don't know. There's differences still. It's like Dirk Nowitzki winning one by himself on the Mavericks. He was the only all-star on that team. So it's
And
like,
then-
how do you value that over something else?
I don't know. It's hard to kind of argue because it's like, well, it would have been Steph's team if KD didn't get Finals MVP. But both years he showed, this is my team. I'm Finals MVP.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think that's true, though. I don't know. It's like Steph Curry is the engine that makes that team run. He draws so much attention from the defense that maybe KD was the one dropping 30, but if Steph wasn't out there, how much more double teams would he have seen? Right? If he didn't have Steph and Clay there, that's a lot of double teams. That's like playing with Westbrook all over again. It's like, okay, we'll ISO you, but when it comes to crunch time, that's when the Thunder struggled, right? They could never get the buckets they needed. So, I don't know. We talked about how people don't really give Curry enough credit sometimes either.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, that's part of the reason why.
Yeah, they do. Like, he has no Finals MVPs, right?
Yeah.
Curry. And that's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah,
Durant
yeah.
has 2, Iguodala has 1.
Well, to be real, he should have won the one that
The
Iguodala
second one?
got. No, the first one.
Oh, the first one you think he
Because
should?
it's like,
Iggy got that for defending LeBron, really. But
yeah,
LeBron's still
LeBron
average.
averaged like 35, and like Iguodala did a.
He had an
he was the
amazing
X
final.
factor.
Yeah, he had
but
an
I don't
amazing
think
final.
he was the MVP. You know,
It kind of probably surprised everyone that he
Yeah.
got one.
and it's almost like Steph was the MVP of the regular season, and people were just waiting for him to do the same thing in the finals. But
Yeah.
it's like that's not what the team needed to win. So I don't know. It'll be interesting when it's all said and done for KD's career to see like how you look back on that. Because at the end of the day, most people are not even going to give it too much thought. They're just going to be like, he had this many rings. And that's what it is. So
Well, especially like the young generation coming up that doesn't even witness KD playing, right?
Yeah.
Like when we talk about Jordan and stuff, like I watched a little bit of Jordan when I was real young, but I mean, for us to compare Jordan to LeBron when we didn't really catch much of Jordan in his prime, the way we would catch LeBron right now, it's hard to debate.
yeah, well, I mean, that's why at the end of the day, if you do want to have those debates, you got to be a historian. You got to go watch some Jordan games and be like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's why he's the GOAT. I see it now.
Yeah.
you
Get
know?
those DVDs and yeah.
Because it's like, otherwise it's just who's the best player of what you saw.
So then, do you think that you need those individual accolades after to add to that? Because like when you think about Jordan, you think, yeah, man, he got 6 rings, 6 championships.
You do, because it's
But
like,
he also has 6 Finals MVPs.
well, Finals MVPs and rings are kind of in the same ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Jordan also has like 5 regular season MVPs or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you expand the accolades, shit starts adding up, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like some other guys like KD, okay, well he's got 2 rings and 2 Finals MVPs, 1, you know, league MVP. You sort of have to take them all into consideration, right?
Because like so you say that does that define Curry if he never does win a Finals MVP?
It just depends on who you're comparing him to. At the end of the day, you know, it's like Finals MVP would definitely look nice on his resume and add to it, but who's he being compared to? You know, because like we had this debate a couple weeks ago. We did the greatest of all time by position. It's like Steve Nash, greatest Canadian player of all time. Shout out. It's like, yeah, he has 2 MVPs just like Curry does, but he has no rings.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty easy choice, you know. But then you got somebody like Magic Johnson. Man's got 5 rings, MVPs, Finals MVPs. So he loses out in that one. So it's like, it's all individual based, you know.
So what do you guys think about this season coming up? The league got shaken up a little bit, the
Man.
NBA league. So what are you guys thinking?
Me and Nem talked about it. In Nem's words, balance of power again.
It's good. Yeah.
It's not just one team that you're like, oh yeah, they're going to the finals again. You have no idea, kind of, what's gonna happen.
It's fun because it's like the first time in a while it's been like that. And so then it's going to make the regular season fun to watch too, you know? Whereas past couple of years, it's almost like only true fans were paying attention during the regular season, and everybody else was like, I'll see you guys in the playoffs, you know? Because it's like, well, we know who's going to be there. It's the same suspects. Even this year in the playoffs, you saw a little bit of it because it was like, oh wow, LeBron's not here? Like, okay, this is a little more interesting because it's not just going to be Warriors versus LeBron.
Yeah.
So then now you got all these teams building up. It's like an arms race, you know? And then it's going to be interesting to see because like now the regular season seeding, who finishes first, second, third, and so
It really
on, all that's going to matter
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And do the Raptors go back? Do they run it back?
Man. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I think 2021 Masai is looking at 2021 free agency and
Seeing
looking
what
at bringing someone in. Hopefully Giannis or someone like that. But I mean, Raptors, they'll still be a playoff team in my opinion. I'd say they'll hover around like 4th, 5th in the East.
Yeah, I
And
agree with that.
Still do all right. Like, could make a pass first round. Like Pascal, Fred VanVleet, those guys now have experience. We still have our core. Like, we have everyone except for Danny Green and Kawhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be good still if
Yeah.
they stay healthy. But at the end of the day,
Yeah, contending.
can't
I
really
don't
win
know.
without that superstar on your team.
Kyle Lowry's a superstar.
Nah,
Nah. Dang.
he's a star, not a superstar.
So, like, who do you guys like to model your game after? Because I know you point guard, you're a shooter.
Yeah,
So
Growing up, I was a big Allen Iverson fan, and then as time grew on, Steve Nash fan, then became a Steph Curry, KD fan.
you spin me around.
for me it was, I always liked watching Ray Allen play. Like the way he comes off screens and sort of uses his off the ball movement to get buckets. That's something that's probably the strongest part of my game, obviously besides the actual shooting. So I watched him a lot. Guys like Reggie Miller, those type of guys who, again, same type of skill set. And then I really couldn't really replicate what he was doing, but I really liked Ginobili.
Manu?
Like the craftiness, sort of as I've progressed in my career, trying to add different elements to my game. That's sort of the type of player that I try to like get closer towards being able to create a little more and score in different ways.
Yeah, I noticed that throughout the season too this year. Like at first, I've seen you shooting and stuff, but in the past games, I've seen you driving in, making a few moves. So it's not like you're just a shooter. You're kind of more versatile. So
I mean, at the end of the day, it's different on every team, right?
Yeah.
So on this team, my role is kind of just to take my shots from the outside, and we have different guys who are good at different things and do what I'm asked to do, you know. Different teams, maybe they ask me to play with the ball a little more, so I have a chance to showcase that more, but it's not really about trying to show your whole arsenal of stuff you got. It's about what's going to help the team win. Yeah. So,
is there stuff you guys like to do in your off time specifically, or
this guy has a PlayStation and an Xbox.
Okay.
I don't know. For me, I like to watch movies and TV shows and stuff, just like everybody else. Read books. I try to read. I think everybody could probably read a little more, but I try to read a couple books every month. And then, just lately working on the podcast a lot.
What made you guys come up with that name, the 25 Jerseys and Counting?
So it's actually just like between the two of us combined, since we graduated from high school, we've put on 25 different jerseys.
Okay.
In our careers. So.
And you guys aren't done yet, so it's
still counting.
Exactly. Still counting them.
Nice.
But the name's not going to change. The name's got to stay. It's a brand now.
Yeah. Who are some of the guests you guys had on there?
Andrew Nicholson.
Okay, so ex-Magic player, right?
Yeah.
Or is he still in the Magic?
Played with the Magic. He's actually playing in China this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Had Dylan Ennis on there too.
Nice.
He's having a pretty good start to his career overseas, first few years. Good player, good guy. And then working on getting some other guests on now, but you know, people are busy, schedules and everything, so.
Yeah, it'll grow. Like, you guys just started it too, right? How many episodes do you guys have?
I think we're 6.
Yeah, 6.
Okay,
6,
so that's really
so
good.
This week will be 7.
And where can people listen to it?
It's on Apple Podcasts and Podbean, and for some reason Spotify.
Spotify
what's
still
wrong
no?
with them, man?
Still no?
I emailed them like 3 times. I was like, hey,
Spotify.
how come you guys don't want to put our podcast up? No reply.
Sheesh.
They gotta hold
Submitted
it down.
it a bunch of times. Haters.
But yeah, whoever's viewing this, if you guys want to check out their podcasts, go to Apple
Yes, please.
and maybe
Thank you.
Spotify in the future.
Yeah.
Subscribe, like, share.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Rate,
A lot of interesting
review,
topics.
tell your friends
To tell their friends.
to tell their friends. For sure.
All right, appreciate you guys coming through.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it,
having
man.
us.
Got me
Appreciate
looking
the cuts.
smooth again. How I look. Ooh, that boy fresh. I'm back.
You're back.